Hey, Celtics Nation! We're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved Boston Celtics. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. This way, you'll always stay up to date and never miss out on any exclusive news. The NBA world woke up today to a rumor so seismic, so absolutely stunning, that it felt like the league's tectonic plates had shifted overnight. We're talking about none other than Kawhi Leonard. Yes, they Kawhi Leonard being linked to the Boston Celtics. According to whispers that are getting louder by the hour, the Celtics may have pulled off one of the most jaw-dropping acquisitions in recent memory. Imagine it, the stoic assassin of the playoffs, the two-time finals MVP, possibly heading to the TD Garden to wear green and white. The rumor is so wild, so unexpected, that fans are still checking their sources twice. But this isn't just smoke. There might be fire behind this, and we're here to unpack every angle of this potential bombshell. Could Kawhi actually become a Celtic? Let's dig into the noise, the whispers, and what this could mean for Boston and the NBA. Let's start with what's being said behind the scenes. Multiple league insiders, including a few notorious for breaking big trades, have hinted that there's been quiet but serious talks between the Celtics front office and Kawhi Leonard's camp. Now, we all know how secretive Kawhi is. This is a guy who could sign a new deal and disappear into the mist before a press release even drops. But sources close to the situation suggest that after years in LA, he's grown weary of the Clippers' lack of consistency and their ongoing injury woes. And if there's one team that's built to win now, one team that combines elite defense, playmaking, youth, and a championship culture, it's Boston. The Celtics just lifted the Larry O'Brien trophy, and adding Kawhi to that rotation, that's a cheat code. And maybe, just maybe, Kawhi sees this moment as his chance to write one final chapter in his already legendary career. Now, let's talk fit, because this isn't just about star power. Kawhi Leonard is the kind of player that thrives in systems that prioritize discipline, defense, and smart basketball. Sound familiar? That's the Celtics' entire identity under coach Joe Mazzulla. Kawhi next to Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown sounds like a defensive nightmare for opponents. Add Drew Holiday to that mix, and you're talking about perhaps the most suffocating perimeter defense the league has ever seen. But this move wouldn't just be about defense. Offensively, Kawhi brings that mid-range game, that postseason shot-making, and a level of calm under pressure that would elevate Boston's already championship-level execution. He wouldn't need to carry the load nightly, just do what he does best when it matters most. And that's exactly the role Kawhi has thrived in throughout his career. Could he really see Boston as his perfect basketball home? But here's where things get murky. For this move to happen, something's gotta give. The Celtics have a loaded roster and a complicated cap sheet. So naturally, the next question is, who's on the move? There are whispers, just whispers, for now, that a package involving Malcolm Brogdon, Al Horford, and picks could be the foundation. Some even say Peyton Pritchard might be included to sweeten the pot. It's a steep price, no doubt, but for Kawhi Leonard, it might just be worth it. Of course, the Celtics would be taking on a lot of risk. Kawhi's health has always been a question mark, and he's not getting any younger. But this is a franchise that's hungry, aggressive, and fresh off a title. Sometimes, to stay on top, you have to gamble. And if the gamble is Kawhi Leonard, that's a risk a lot of teams would take without blinking. So where does Kawhi stand in all this? That's the million-dollar question. The man is notoriously silent, but actions speak louder than words. There's been talk of friction in LA, subtle signs of dissatisfaction, and even a quiet distance between him and the Clippers organization. Leonard still has a couple of years left on his deal, but if Boston is involved, it could mean we're looking at a trade and not just a free agent dream. What's interesting is that Kawhi has always moved with purpose. He doesn't do things for hype or headlines. So if he's even considering the Celtics, it likely means he sees something real there, a legitimate shot at another ring. And in Boston, he wouldn't have to carry the burden alone. He could be the closer, the playoff hammer, and still have a strong team around him doing the heavy lifting. And then there's the legacy angle. Let's not forget, Kawhi is a two-time finals MVP who's won titles in both conferences. Adding a third championship with a third team especially a team like the Celtics with their storied history, would be historic. We're talking elite, our company. He could become one of the few players to transcend systems, cities, and eras. For someone as private and focused as Kawhi, legacy may not be something he talks about, but it might very well be something he thinks about. Joining Boston and helping them secure back-to-back titles, that could be the final jewel in his Hall of Fame crown. And honestly, there's something poetic about a player like Kawhi, quiet, deadly, precise, wearing the green and white of Boston, a franchise known for its toughness, tradition, and titles. But before we continue, please remember to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest news about the Boston Celtics. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. Of course, not everyone is thrilled by the possibility. Some fans are worried about chemistry. Would Kawhi's arrival disrupt the Tatum-Brown dynamic? Would it force changes to a system that just delivered a title? These are valid questions. But remember, great teams evolve, and smart front offices know how to manage egos and expectations. If anything, bringing in Kawhi could take pressure off Tatum and Brown in the postseason, giving them more flexibility and reducing wear and tear over a long season. And let's be honest, championship windows don't stay open forever. You either keep building or you fall behind. Brad Stevens has proven he's not afraid to make bold moves, and if he sees an opening to add Kawhi, you better believe he's going to explore it thoroughly. There's also the fan reaction already. Social media is blowing up. Celtics fans are split between cautious optimism and full-on hype. Some are already photoshopping Kawhi in a Celtics jersey. Others are urging patience, not wanting to break up a winning roster too quickly. And across the league, rival fan bases are sweating, because if this move happens, if Kawhi really joins the Celtics, it could tilt the balance of power for years. The East would be a gauntlet. The NBA Finals would become a clash of titans. And suddenly the road to the championship might go straight through Boston. Not just this year, but every year Kawhi suits up in green. So what happens next? For now, we wait. The NBA offseason is full of smoke, mirrors, and misdirection. Deals fall apart. Talk stall. But when there's this much buzz, when insiders are whispering and front offices are maneuvering, you know something big might be cooking. Keep an eye on Boston. Keep an eye on Kawhi. Because if this story picks up even a little more traction, we might be looking at the biggest trade shocker since Kevin Durant joined the Warriors. And the craziest part? It might actually make more sense than anyone thought. Quietly, methodically, the Celtics could be putting together a dynasty. In the end, whether this rumor becomes reality or not, one thing is clear: Boston isn't standing still. They've tasted glory, and now they're hungry for more, adding, Kawhi Leonard would be the ultimate win-now move, a final puzzle piece in a roster already built for greatness. And if you're a Celtics fan, you have every reason to be excited, even if it's just a whisper right now. Because sometimes, in the NBA, the biggest moves start with the smallest rumors. And who knows? Maybe this summer those whispers turn into headlines. Maybe Kawhi Leonard really does shock the world and calls Boston his new home. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Boston Celtics, please subscribe to our channel and give the video a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.